Pay attention, because Listen to Black Men starts now. My boys,
hey,
Jerry,
what's good with you?
my boy Tyler,
what up?
It's been a while. You've been up to a lot. You on TV looking good every day.
Life is good. Life is good. Newlywed in the game.
You got the married man boots and the hat, too. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, though, man.
Hey, appreciate it. Much respect.
The reason I love my brother is because we can have real conversation.
Glad.
What's up, bro?
Good to see you.
All right. I'm a therapist here. Happy to be here to meet with y'all.
Now, what I want to ask you, we were just here talking about crying. There's been a lot of talks of vulnerability amongst black men. What are some of the ways we can enter into vulnerability?
Well, the first thing is definitely having a safe space. Having the conversations like this is super important. Ensuring that everybody feels heard and understood. You know, when I do group therapy with teens and young children, it's called Don't Yuck My Yum. So if I like tacos, you know, Mouse don't be like, yo, that's nasty. Right. That doesn't make me feel good, you know what I'm saying? So.
I like that.
You know what else we do,
What's
bro?
up?
Sorry to cut you off,
All right.
but you know what else we do as black men, bro? When somebody tell you something we got that one-up mentality. I don't tell my homeboys hardly anything that's going on wrong with me, because immediately when I tell them, they be like, man, yeah, cause that happened to me. And then it's like everything I just said is all gone.
And the women, they don't do that with one another.
Not at all.
It's so inviting. They're like,
right there.
hey, I'm going through this. Girl, all right.
Right.
Well,
And so that minimizes somebody's experience. So say if like, yo, you know, Mouse, you share with me that we're really having a tough time right now. I'm like, but you got a Benz, you got a baddie. What's up?
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
right? That minimizes my experience. Not because I have the Benz and the baddie doesn't mean that I'm still feeling something.
is there a part of that is valid, though? All right, yes, you're going through this thing, but remember all these good things you have going on, or is there no balance?
But there's a time and a place for that.
Gotcha.
I know I got the Benz and the baddie,
Yeah.
but right now I need to feel heard and validated. All I need to hear is, yo, I'm sorry you're going through that. How can I support you? That makes a world of difference as opposed to reminding me what I got. Right now, that's not comforting me. The Benz is not comforting me, the baddie's not comforting me. I'm coming to you vulnerable, and I need to hear some comforting words. Not reminding me what I got. I know I got it.
But if anyone wants to give me a Benz and a baddie,
Yeah.
we can see how that works for me.
It's the other B&B.
That was good. That was good. This is why we're in therapy now. It's called deflection.
But, you know, to his point, I feel like what you're saying, though, in that moment is still, you just need to listen.
Right.
You know, sometimes what you need from your partner is just to literally just be quiet and be an ear so that person either can vent or be vulnerable, say that they're not being okay, they're not feeling okay. And then you as your homie, as your partner, is just like, all right, I hear you.
Absolutely. That's the key part, and that's why therapy is so important, because we are trained to listen. We're trained to hear things that the layman person may not hear, and we get to reflect that back and ask you to, you know, open up more about that.
What's that mean, layman person?
Maybe like
like
non-therapist, you know what I'm saying?
I was about to start calling niggas. Ooh, I was about to start calling people. Shut your layman ass up. Get your layman ass out of here.
I've been wanting to ask somebody this for a while, because I feel like a lot of people dump everything on me. I meet people and they'll tell me their whole life story. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to decompress from that. As a therapist, obviously you get everybody's whole everything. How do you decompress from that?
Well, good self-care is really important for me. So ensuring that my personal life is kind of maintained in a certain way. As a therapist, we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard in terms of self-care and things like that. So it's super important. But for you, I hear you talking, you need to set boundaries and give out some gifts. Give people some boundaries, because that's not healthy for you.
Yeah.
Everybody get boundaries.
Yeah. I went on a trip with a comedian, 4-hour trip, and I know everything about this dude. And I should not.
That's not healthy. So you need to give everybody some boundaries, because it's very healthy.
I like how you said that, gifted.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Gift you this boundary.
Yeah.
Now,
everybody like to get a gift. That's funny and smart.
Now, maybe amongst men, it might be different, right? Maybe we would respect one another's boundaries. Hey, this is my boundary, don't, right? But it seems that, interpersonally, when you're in a relationship, women don't tend to respect men's boundaries because men shouldn't have boundaries, right? Like, we should just do what y'all say and be happy with whatever y'all bring. What would you advise a man to do when giving boundaries or trying to gift a boundary to a woman he's dating?
Well, I think it's important to have a conversation with the person that you're dating so that he or she understands what your boundaries are. The part of the issue is sometimes we don't express our boundaries in a way that's understood.
Yeah.
We may get angry, we may get upset. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to sharing, this makes me uncomfortable, or I would like if you did this. That makes a world of difference in terms of communication. We think that we're expressing ourselves as men, but we really aren't. So we got to think about that when we're expressing, certain boundaries.
Is therapy like a one-size-fit-all healing tool? And when I ask that, I mean, like, does therapy work for everyone? We haven't had a lot of interaction with mental health, so everyone's on mental health right now. Mental health, and, shout out to whatever's being done to make it accessible to people, but that seems to be like the new dismissive thing to say, you need therapy. So does therapy, traditional therapy, sitting with, a therapist, talking your issues out, does that work for everyone?
As a therapist, I want to say no, because there's various forms of treatment, right? You may benefit from a group session. You may benefit from Reiki therapy. There's different types of therapy that you may benefit from. Some people may not need therapy, the traditional therapy, but need some
therapeutic means.
Right, a wellness plan. So I talk to people about wellness. Wellness is very important. So that may, be comprised of therapy, may be working out, it may be eating better, it may be being mindful of your boundaries, setting boundaries. So therapeutic tools is also can be very helpful. You know what I'm saying?
Set them boundaries, man.
Gotta set them boundaries.
Golly.
Gift.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
saw that really got highlighted during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everybody was closed in. The numbers really went up. That there wasn't a lot of Black therapists that were available because there were so many people in the Black community that just wanted to just cry out for help, and they wanted to do it virtually or whatnot, and they could not find anybody. And so I just think, I think the awareness has raised definitely since the pandemic.
And you got to shout out Charlemagne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's one of the first people I've seen come to the forefront in the industry, whatever you want to call it, and to be like, yo, I have mental health issues. You probably do too. Go ahead and get checked out. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
cool to get checked out.
His voice, people with the platform that talks about it definitely helps us as therapists who's doing this work to kind of bring more people to the forefront. I've been using my social media platform for many years to encourage Black men specifically to go to therapy.
What are some of the pushbacks you're seeing with the stigma around therapy still being there amongst the Black community? Are people beginning to show up more? What's going on there?
There's definitely been a shift. There's still a stigma in terms of, like, I don't want to be seen as crazy. But the beautiful thing is now virtual, nobody knows that you're going because you could be in the privacy of your own
Damn
home.
kids in the back. No.
Somebody go see the link. Better health, better mental health.
Mommy was in the room on Zoom. She was on Zoom.
Yeah, but I'm getting a lot of calls from Black men wanting to go to therapy now. It's like overwhelming in a beautiful way. So I'm seeing quite a shift in terms of Black men getting help. That's my motto, my slogan, Black Kings Need Therapy Too. Just recognizing that we need it, because we're the least likely to go get help. Every other race is going to get help but us, and we need it the most.